too.
Yes.
Welcome to Inner Healing with Betty.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. I am here with Console. I am Betty from Inner Healing with Betty, and this is Console. Let her introduce herself.
Okay. Yeah, so my name is Consolata, but my friends prefer to call me Console. I have worked with Betty. This is now 1 year since we started working together.
Yeah.
I knew Betty a long time ago, but professionally I worked with her from last year. And when we started working together, so like I said, Betty had been my friend for long, and we were interacting and we would talk and we would share. I would share with you a lot of like the things I was going through, the challenges, especially at that time my business challenges, because I was doing catering and I had things were not taking off. There was stagnation. I kept on just revolving round and round, and you really encouraged me to do a healing class. And at that time I didn't really understand what this healing class is about or what it's even going to do in my life. So yeah, I decided to take the challenge and I enrolled into the Healing with Betty class, and I would say it has just been a game changer in my life, because from a place whereby I was just struggling, living my life in complaining, living my life in stagnation, living my life in perpetual anger and just not being able to move forward, to now feeling liberated, feeling optimistic, feeling that there's so much possibility and positivity in this world. So we started doing the Healing with Betty coaching class, and then after that I did the marriage moisturizer class with you, where Betty was teaching us about how to prepare ourselves to be, God ordained, as we are waiting for our God ordained husbands. How do we prepare ourselves? Are we also God ordained wives to be? We cannot be saying, oh, there are no husbands, there are no the market is, people say soko imechafuka,
Market is saturated with women, and
but
there's no men.
So such kind of things to actually preparing ourselves. How are we, even as we are preparing for those husbands? Have we forgiven ourselves? Have we forgiven the people in our lives? Are we chaste? Are we living a pure? Are we keeping ourselves pure? Are we dealing with our excess baggage? Are there things in our lives that we need to deal with even as we are waiting to get our God ordained husbands? So it has been a really 1 year of deep learning, deep unraveling of a lot of things that I didn't even know were related to healing. Personally, for me, I used to take my words lightly. I would just say things and I would be like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I tell you, maybe we are talking and I'm saying, oh, I don't even look nice. Where am I going to get the man? Or or we are talking and you tell me, oh, you're looking so beautiful. The person who will marry you will be very lucky. And I'll be like, what do you mean? Who will want to look at me? I don't look beautiful. No, such kind of things. So now I'm very, very conscious about the words I say. And like I've told you, now I don't joke with my words.
Yeah.
I am very careful about the things I say, the things I think about, the friendships I entertain, the circles I entertain. And through those small changes, I have seen a very huge transformation in my life. I have been able now, so I closed my business. I've been able to move. I moved to employment, and by God's grace, I've now moved to another employer. It's actually just I'm 1 month old now in my new job, and I would just, I don't know how to say it, but I am just experiencing transformation that before I used to think people are just overhyping, or people are just being too spiritual, or just speaking ambiguous things. But now I'm seeing it's actually a reality. About a month or 2 months ago, my job had ended, and I didn't even tell you.
No,
my
I didn't
job
even
had
know.
ended.
Oh, wow.
But
The words, you
the
were
one-
careful of the words.
Yes, I was very, very careful. I didn't want to be
attract that
proclaiming
energy.
that I'm jobless,
Yes.
or I don't have a job.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
All those kind of things. So you had traveled to the UK that time, and I had a medical surgery.
Yeah.
When I was going for the surgery, I knew that my job had ended.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't have another job. So I came out of the hospital. I didn't even tell you this. I actually did my first interview for my current job when I was a week after coming from the hospital. I could not sit.
Yeah.
I could not. So, and you know, God is so good, because they say, oh, the internet is, so the people who are interviewing me, they told me the internet is not good. Let's switch off our video. So I did that interview while standing. So I did the interview, I finished, I went back to my bed, and then they went silent. They just went mute. That was in September. They went mute. So I was thinking to myself, okay, so am I getting the job or not? But I didn't want to really proclaim that I will not have a job. So I was there keeping it positive, being optimistic. And you know, God is so good, because if I had gotten the job at that time, I could not even sit up.
Yeah.
Because I was still in my hospital bed. I was still in my recovery bed mode. Yeah. So after a month, October passed. You came to visit me in October.
Yeah.
At that time, I had not heard from these people. I didn't have a
Didn't
job.
have a job, but you didn't
talk about
you didn't
it.
tell me about it.
Yes, until early November. That's when they got back to me and told me, oh, we've been successful. When are you ready to start?
Wow.
And it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
I told them, I'm ready to, it was on a Thursday. I told them I'll come to the office on Friday. So I went to the office on Friday. They told me about my new position and everything. And I started the job the following week on Wednesday.
Wow.
Now I was healed. I was ready to go to work. Yeah, put on a little bit of weight, but it's okay.
Yeah,
at
it's
least
good for you.
Now I'm able to move around. At that time when they did the interview, I was not even able to sit up. So anyway, to cut the long story short, what healing with Betty has done for me, one, it has changed my attitude greatly. My attitude has changed in a big way. One, I am very careful about the things I speak. I am very careful about the words I speak, because now I'm aware my words, my thoughts carry weight, and I attract my words. I attract my thoughts.
Yes.
So now I don't joke around with my words.
Yeah.
I am very, very intentional and very deliberate.
Yes.
You know, and that came through the realization that, one, I'm God's child.
Yeah.
I call myself my God's favorite child. So I picture myself when I talk to my dad.
Yeah.
And I tell my dad, I want this.
Yeah.
He will make sure I get
even if he doesn't have,
yes,
you borrow.
He will make sure I get it.
Yeah.
So I tell, what about God?
God. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that is even the time when I was believing in the job.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I am believing in a job. By the time I am getting healed, now that time, by the time I'm getting healed physically, my job will be ready for me. And I was not joking with it. I was so convinced in the spirit. And I thank God I got the job.
Thank God, yeah.
So really my attitude has, what Healing with Betty has done for me, it has changed my attitude. I am very, very cautious about everything I say and think about. Two, what Healing with Betty has done for me is I've been able to unpack a lot of things that had been carrying for a long time.
Yeah.
And we call it excess baggage.
Excess baggage.
I have an Excel of where I've listed my excess baggage. So I am dealing with them one by one, because I'm realizing all these things are, it's like they're heaping on me. They're just making me heavy, and they're not helping me. So one by one, we are lifting them and removing them and dealing with them. So I thank God for you and for the program of Healing with Betty, because it has helped me now to deal with my excess baggage. And number 3, I just feel liberated.
Yeah.
I feel free. I feel liberated. I feel there's just so much possibility. I just feel so good. I just feel so free. All that weight that I've been carrying on myself, all those things that have been lumping me down, that used to make me angry, make me sad, make me moody. I'm just, just feeling so free and feeling liberated. So thank you. Thank you, Healing with Betty. Thank you. May God continue using you to continue reaching out to more people. And I hope and pray that more people will really get to feel that liberation and get to be healed and get to deal with excess baggage and get to deal with things that we will carry around that we don't need to really carry around.
Thank you so much for that wonderful testimony. And we know that testimonies bring glory to God.
Testimonies beget
testimonies beget testimonies.
Yes.
So this is the first testimony. There'll be more testimonies coming. They are on the way already.
I believe so.
Yes, because I know when we started with you, where you were, and where you are now, it can only be God. God's favorite child.
I know. Thank you so much. Continue doing the good job. May God continue using you to reach out to more people and reach out to Betty. Reach out to Betty. God is using her. I would not say she's doing this out of her own knowledge.
I can't.
God is using her, and through her, we are getting the help that we need. So thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Okay.
So ladies, you heard it from the horse's mouth. It wasn't me speaking. It was Consolata, who was my client, a friend, and then a client, and then back to a friend. So if you are going through any challenges in life, you know where to find me, because God is just using me.
Yes, that's true.
Have a blessed time.
Thank you.